Guys, one of my subscribers messaged me on Instagram saying that, Imran, what do you make of all this Amir Khan chin talk? You know, he's got it all throughout his career. And what do you make of all this talk about, you know, his chin and people putting down his chin? Everyone saying that, you know, he's got a glass chin, he can't take a punch. And I responded to him by saying this. It doesn't bother me when people talk about Amir Khan's chin, because he's achieved more than 95% of British fighters. You know, you can have a great chin in boxing. It doesn't mean anything. You know, some journeymans had very good chins, you know, but they didn't ever win a world title. You know, Amir Khan's chin didn't stop him from winning a silver medal in the Olympics. His chin didn't stop him from becoming a former unified light welterweight champion. You know, how many fighters from Great Britain can claim that they became a unified light welterweight champion? How many? You know, how many can say that they destroyed Zab Judah in 6 rounds? How many people can say that they absolutely outclassed Kotelnik? How many people can say that they went 12 rounds with Marcus Maidana and won a decision? How many could say that they dismantled Devin Alexander, won every second of every round, right? You know, so it doesn't really bother me. You know, early on, you know, a lot of you, and Amir Khan's career is kind of funny because a lot of you guys that hate on him are the same people that when he got knocked out to Brady's Prescott said that he would never become world champion. You know, he'd never reach world level. You know, there was a lot of you critics that said that, and he did. He proved you wrong. The same people that when he fought O'Sheen Fagan after he got knocked out to Prescott, then fought Marco Barrera, said Marco Barrera would knock him out, and he ended up dismantling Marco Barrera, Antonio Barrera. And then he fought Kotelnik in a fight for the world championship, beat the brakes of Kotelnik. And before you guys start washing Kotelnik beat Maidana, right? So Kotelnik could fight. And then he beat Maidana, who everybody was saying before the Maidana fight that Khan would get knocked out. And then he went 12 rounds with Maidana and beat him, put him down in the first round. Could have had him out in the first round. I'm glad he didn't, because a lot of you would have called Maidana a bum if he did that. And then he fought for the unification fight against Zab Judah. A lot of people thought Zab Judah would beat him. Zab Judah's going to know too much for him. Zab Judah's going to be too skillful. He absolutely destroyed Zab Judah, right? And then Zab Judah was washed up. And obviously he wasn't washed up, because 2 years later fought Danny Garcia, went 12 rounds with him in a very close fight. So of course Zab Judah wasn't washed up. Khan was just too good for him. So it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all as a Amir Khan fan. It doesn't really bother me because I know that he's achieved a lot in the game. So why would it bother me about what certain keyboard warriors have to say about him? You know, which I know are not true and a load of nonsense, because at the end of the day, the proof's in the pudding. A former silver medalist, a unified light welterweight champion. You know, you can't. The thing is, what you guys hate is the fact that he achieved those things, because you know that someone like myself, I'm gonna keep mentioning those things because you can't take that away from him, because that's a fact. The fact that he won a silver medal is a fact. The fact that he became a unified champion, which, like I said, 95% of British fighters don't get to that level, right, is a fact. Yes, he got knocked out by Prescott. He got knocked out by Danny Garcia. He got knocked out by Canelo. He got beat by Terence Crawford. You know, in my opinion, got robbed against Lamont Peterson. And Lamont Peterson was on the orange juice, which we all know. So that should have been a no contest, because Lamont Peterson he failed a drugs test. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, the guys that he lost to, apart from Prescott, which was very early on in his career, Danny Garcia, Canelo and Terence Crawford, were all exceptional fighters. Now Crawford, when he fought Crawford, again, he was past his prime. So again, that fight, look at it the way you want to look at it, because Amir Khan wasn't at his best when he fought Crawford. We all know that. We all know that. We can all pretend and you know, act like he was, but you all know, if you know your boxing and don't want to be a keyboard warrior and know the game, that he wasn't the fighter he was 10 years prior. You know, Amir Khan in 2019 wasn't the Amir Khan of 2011. You know, I've been watching boxing a long time. I can see who's a good fighter and who's not, who can fight, who's not. Amir Khan had his weaknesses. Amir Khan's not Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Leonard. I've never ever said that he's as good as those guys, but Amir Khan could fight, and he proved that throughout his career. He beat a lot of guys. I'm not saying Amir Khan was exceptional or the best fighter ever. What I'm saying is Amir Khan was a very, very good world-class fighter, you know. And if you don't agree with that, you probably don't know much about boxing. Listen, not every fighter has a granite chin. Not every fighter has great speed. Not every fighter has power. But that doesn't mean that they can't be great fighters. You don't have to have a granite chin. You don't have to have power. You don't have to have speed. You don't have to have all of those things to be a great fighter. Floyd Mayweather didn't have power. One of the greatest fighters ever. Muhammad Ali wasn't exactly the most powerful guy. One of the greatest fighters ever. Manny Pacquiao didn't exactly have the greatest defense, but he's one of the greatest fighters ever. You don't have to be great in every single aspect to be to be a good fighter. You know, and Amir Khan proved that even with a suspect chin, he managed to achieve so much. He achieved more than what 95% of British fighters are going to dream of achieving. You know, guys like Joshua Buatsi, for example, they're very talented, but we don't know how good they are. They've not done anything yet. Amir Khan's done something. He became a silver medalist, became a unified world champion, beat 11 world champions. How many British fighters can say they beat 11 world champions? Few and far between. So that's why it doesn't bother me, because I know what he's achieved. I know what he's done. So it doesn't really bother me when you guys talk rubbish in the comment section. You guys know who you are. It doesn't bother me. You know, you can say what you want. Oh, you didn't fight Brook or whatever. It doesn't bother me, because all I know what you're trying to do is a lot of you are trying to drag him down. That's all you're trying to do. You know, because Brook didn't achieve as much as him. Like one of you said yesterday, well, Khan was afraid of Brook and this, that. It's like, come on, man. Bore off. It doesn't matter if he didn't want to fight Brook. Alright, he didn't want to fight Brook. What's your point? The fact is he's more richer than Brook. He's more well known than Brook. He's had a better career than Kell Brook. So what does it matter? It doesn't matter. Saying he's conning the British fight fans, just shut up about conning the British fight fans. The guy gave you some of the best fights of the recent era, conning the British fight fans. Come on, bore off and get a life. You know, all you got to do is hate on the man's career when the man's had one of the best, like I said, one of the best careers for a British. There's not many British fighters with that kind of resume. 15 world champions he's fought and he's beaten 11. How many British fighters? Go down, check Ricky Hatton's resume, check Brook's resume, check all of these guys' resumes, and then come back to me. Right? The guys, British fighters that had probably had a better resume were guys like Joe Calzaghe, guys like what's his name, Lennox Lewis, guys like that who are all-time, greats. There's very few British fighters of the last 25-30 years that had a better resume than Amir Khan, and that can brag like that they beat 11 world champions out of 15. Right? And beat some of the fighters that he beat, because guys like Zab Judah, Devin Alexander, Kotelnik, Maidana, these were top world-class fighters. Right? Maybe you lack a little bit of knowledge and don't know that these guys were very good fighters that he beat. And let's put Barrera in there, because Barrera is a legend, but people will say he was past it, like they do. But they don't say that when Amir Khan fought Terence Crawford. Nobody says, well, Amir Khan was past it. But yet you don't want to give him any credit. So you want to slam him down for the fact that he lost lost to Crawford when Khan was past his prime, but when he beats Barrera, you don't want to give him any credit for beating Barrera. But this is the kind of people that try to drag Amir Khan down, because all you're trying to do is trying to diminish what he's achieved. That's all you're trying to do. The haters know who they are. You know that you have some problem against Amir Khan. That's all you're trying to do. You're trying to drag him down and try to make out like his career was terrible and he didn't do anything. And sometimes some British fight fans talk about Amir Khan like he didn't achieve anything. Like the guy was, so I even saw some people comparing him to David Price and saying, well, Amir Khan's got a chin. Well, the difference is David Price didn't get past British level. Amir Khan went on to become a unified champion. How can you compare? One guy became a unified champion where he had more than one, but he had multiple belts in that division. Was a Ring Magazine world champion, right? That's when you're the Ring Magazine champion. That means they see you as the number one. So at one point he was the number 140 pounder, but yet you guys think that guy's like David Price. That shows the knowledge that some fight fans have, and it really annoys me. But at the end of the day, I've kind of got past that now. That's why I don't really get it doesn't really bother me anymore, if I'm honest. But that's just my take on it. That's my thoughts to respond to you. you know, you messaged me in my Instagram. I thought I'd just give you a response. You wanted me to keep you anonymous. I won't say your name, otherwise normally I say their names. But yeah, I've got no. I know what Amir Khan was as a fighter. I know his limitations. I know what he was, but I just think that some people intentionally try to drag him down. That's why I've always been supportive of him, because I feel a lot of people intentionally try to drag him down because they have some kind of personal agenda against him. I don't know what it is, but you know, there are people, and I'm not even going to go into race because I don't even think it's that. I think it's something even more than that, if I'm honest, because I don't see a lot of racial abuse. I just see them directly attacking him as a person, which I don't know why. He's done a lot of great things, you know, but no human being's perfect. You know, every human being makes mistakes. I've made mistakes, you've made mistakes, everybody makes mistakes, but to continue to keep downplay someone's achievements, I think it's bang out of order as far as I'm concerned. You know, you can never take away the fact that he's a former silver medalist and a former unified champion. So that's my take. Leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I want to thank you all for me reaching 7,000 subs. I appreciate your support. Guys, as you can probably see from my channel art, I have recently started Patreon and Blogger. If you were to click on this icon here, it will take you to my Patreon page, and I just want to take you through my Patreon page. So at the minute, I've got 2 options. Hopefully, I will increase this if my Patreon grows. But at the minute, I've got one option, which is $1 a month fan donation, which will obviously help me produce better quality content on YouTube and faster for you guys. And I've got another option of $3 a month for 2 live streams a week discussing boxing with myself. You guys will get to speak to me face to face, and I'll take you to my boxing blog. So if you were to click on this B sign here, it will take you to my boxing blogs, which is this page here. And all you have to do is click on here, and that will take you to my boxing blogs, where you can see all my different articles that I've wrote. So as you can see, I've wrote 6 articles about different topics. So if you want to click on one of my articles, all you got to do is click on this, and it will take you straight to the article, and you can read it, and you can then go back and read the others if you would like. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd just highlight this to you. So make sure to read my articles. Make sure to subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested. And guys, I thank you for your support. I thank you for me reaching 7,000 subs. Guys, I'm out.